Alrighty, it is 4 days till I head up to Cape York on this thing here. I've been waiting on these paddock stand bobbins coming in so I can get the bike up on the stands to get the wheels off and change the tyres. Now, it's absolutely pouring down outside. I'm running out a lot of time, so I'm just going to take the wheels in and the tyres into a tyre shop and get them to replace it. But this is what I was waiting on to get it up. So these are the Evotech brand paddock stand spindles. So they're fairly bike specific in that they have the right size bolt, right size thread, and the right size machined offset for your bike. Now with these ones, you've got the option, like a BF Goodrich tyre, of either having white lettering out or just black. All right, so let's put these bobbins on the bike and then get this up on the stands and get these wheels off. Now, if you're unsure where the bobbins go, so you got your rear wheel nut here, just in front of that, there's a little plastic cap, which you take out, and then you can screw your spindles in. Now, if you're a bit of a sticker boy or you're sponsored by a company, you might want to, represent them by showing that way, but myself with 99% of other people have to pay for their stuff. So a bit of Loctite, I'll put them on that way. 6mm hex. I used a bit of Loctite because I don't want these vibrating off in the middle of nowhere. And there we go. All right, let's just crack this wheel nut before I put it on the stands. There we go. And I'll do the same to the front. Alrighty, break out the new tool set for this one. We also need to loosen off the bolts on both sides here and take off one of the calipers, which I can do. I'll loosen these off because the front stand sort of sits underneath these. Can make it a little bit difficult. Okay, if you've never used a paddock stand before, it can be a little bit daunting, but once you're set up to the correct width for your bobbins, it's all pretty good to go, because all we want to do is lean the bike so it's vertical, so it's still got a bit of weight against your thigh there. Grab this back with one hand, locate the slots, push down, and now all my weight, as you can see here, is on my right hand holding that bike up. And push down and we're off the ground. There's the rear and we're good to go. Okay, so the front just sits underneath the forks. Just get them in the right spot. And you don't want them so far in that they're going to be touching the brake calipers. So it should be held by the back. And we're off the ground. Now we can take one of the calipers off. So I think the best one to do, might take this one off. There we go, just let that drape down there. Just give it a little bit of a tap to get it out so don't damage any of the threads. There we go. Okay, it's best if we take both calipers off. Then we can roll it all the way out. Okay, front wheel off. Give it a little tap. right, good to go. Don't need to take that with me, so that can stay. All right, just give these a wash down, and we'll pop them in the car and get them changed over. All right, so let's go change from these to these. Alrighty, so new tyre update. Ta-da! Yeah, we have a problem. So the first place I took the motorbike tyres and wheels in to get changed over, it's a brand name franchise, well-known tyre place all around Australia. I know they do motorbike tyres, not an issue. Except the guy in there, he asked, oh, what are they for? I said, oh, it's an adventure bike. Oh no, I only deal with dirt bikes. I said, well, okay. They're just tubeless tyres. I don't need tubes or anything put in. Oh no, I only deal with the mud style tyres. I said, okay, I'm not after any tyres, I just need these changed over. He goes, oh, what's it for again? And I said, oh, it's an adventure bike. Does it go on the road? I said, yeah, it's registered. Oh, nah, I only deal with the off-road bikes. Yeah, nah, I can't help you. I'm like, okay, whatever. So then I went round to a proper motorcycle place. The guy's sitting in his chair just scoffing down Maccas. And I said, oh yeah, just after some tyres to be changed over. I've got everything, just need them put on. Oh yeah, mate, nah, pretty busy. Yeah, nah, pretty busy. Like he's just sitting there with his feet up on the desk, scoffing down. All right, whatever, no worries. So I found another one, dropped them off. First question he asked me, when do you need them back by? I said, great. Next Tuesday if we can. All right, great, I can do them for you, pick them up tomorrow morning. Sweet, done, dusted, not a problem. That's the way it should be. There's probably people out there like, oh, just fit it myself. I can fit it myself. The issue is I can't balance them. I don't have a balancer and I don't have time to get a balancer. That's the issue. Otherwise, guaranteed, when I get back from this big trip, I'm going to be getting a balancer so I can put those other tyres back on the rims to wear them out and before I change over to another good set and do another trip. So that's not the issue. The issue is a time frame at the moment. I've had other things pop up. But what I've learned in the past couple of days dealing with the hot water service, tradies, and now just getting some tyres changed over, is if you're about to finish school and you're looking for a job, become a plumber or become a motorcycle mechanic. There seems to be heaps of work on, and if you just apply yourself, you're not gonna have any issues. I'm thinking about doing it myself actually, because yeah, there seems to be a massive shortage of both, especially competent people. But anyway, we're getting there. Okay, got the tyres back. So rear, Motoz Tractionator Adventure, and the front is the Motoz Tractionator Dual Venture. Pretty common, especially in these parts. Well, depends where you are, I suppose. So Motoz, or if you're American, Model Z. But yeah, it's an Australian company, so it's Motoz, even though the tyres are made in Thailand. Yeah, let's get these on the bike. Let's start with the front. All right, let's do this. I've got no idea what these are pumped up to, but I'll check them once I get them on the bike. Because they seem to be a lot more than what my other ones were. Okay, just gonna put a little bit more on here. Pop the lock nut on, just give it a slight nip up, because we have to put some weight on the front wheel, on the forks, to seat everything properly. Okay, let's just tighten these up. All right, we are ready to take it off the front stand. There we go. So now to settle it properly, I need to give it a good going over. Let me tighten the main centre bolt. Tighten the axle nut. I like to tighten both the inners on either side first, and then I'll do the outers. Give it another push around, and then I'll do the brakes up, like tight. And then take it for a decent ride tomorrow. I'll come back, make sure everything's still all nice and tight. You don't want to over tighten these because one, you can snap them off, and two, the inner one can also get loose if you over tighten the outside one. Pull the brake on a few times, build the pressure back up, and then tighten down the calipers. All right, onto the rear. Okay, let's get this wheel on. Okay, we are in. Still lots of room, so tyres aren't too wide. They shouldn't be. We've got about 5mm clearance on the chain guard. Yeah. All right, let's loosely get this on and get the chain a little bit tighter than that, and then we'll drop it down and do the chain properly. Just going to tighten this up to seat the other side properly, and we'll loosen it off. Okay, now to take it off the rear stand so we can tighten the chain properly. Kickstand down, handlebar straightish, grab it and slowly lean it towards you as you bring it up. There we go, back on the side stand. Okay, so here we want to get the chain tension correct. And to do that, we go off this last point here, where the plastic meets the swing arm. And we're looking for 47 to 49mm. We're currently sitting at about 54. All right, so I'll just back of this side off. All right, so that's 47. Just going to tighten this side up a little bit. Now to get the other side, so to get the axle square, it doesn't really matter what point you go off. I like to go off the end plate here and measure to the end of the swing arm. So that measures 15mm. Now if the other side's 15mm, then I know the axle's square. Push this one back till we get to 15mm. Cool, we're right on the money. So I'll just grab another spanner, we'll tighten these up, then we'll tighten the axle nut up, and we're good to go. Last thing that's left, just need to set this rear wheel nut to 180 Newton meters again. go. There we go, set. Alrighty, so I'm just going to put it back up on the stand, lube the chain, and then we're good to go. I'll take it for a quick run tomorrow because I still need to test out the audio cable I've got for my camera. And that's about it, apart from packing my gear and putting it on the bike. There is 4 days to go now till I'm off. Along the way, I'm going to post a bunch of shorts, so don't forget to like and subscribe, and you'll get notification of the shorts. Then when I get back, I'll put all the videos together just to make life a bit easier. I'll do a little video when I'm out on how I'm saving all the footage every day. But apart from that, good to go. The weather looks like it's changed a little bit. So currently not going to be pouring down the first day. I'm walking into the South Point now and then starting the ride. But I'll talk about that a bit more on Friday. So yeah, subscribe. You'll see a video on Friday on what's actually happening. But apart from that, oh, sorry, one more thing we need to do, measure the depth of these tyres. And then I'll write down current odometer, depth of the tyres, and then we'll get back, we'll do a comparison. So I'll do that right now before I forget again. So yeah, currently odometer is 4,034, which is what the current set of tyres have. But yeah, that's pretty much how many Ks it is to the tip. So it'll be interesting to see how worn these ones get by the time I get there. But that's all right, let's measure them. Okay, so let's measure. Trying to think which block to measure on. If I measure on a block, it's weird because we've got 221, 221. I'll make it easy. I'll measure on the one that just has a slit in it. The depth. All right. So the depth we're looking at on there. Okay, so the depth we're looking at, 12 millimeters. So we will see in 10,000 Ks time how many millimeters are left. Now the fronts shouldn't wear down as quick, but we will measure the single block anyway. And we're looking at 9 millimeters for the front. Let's definitely make sure. Yep, so 9 millimeters on the single block on the front. All right, see you down at Wilson's Prom in a couple of days.